You have set yourself up for success during the week because you can add it to so many things. Zach, tell us your true thoughts.
This roast, I'm not even kidding, it is the best I've ever had. I actually said this is the best roast I've ever had in my life.
It is so easy.
It's so good.
You're about to find out because I'm going to share my secrets with you.
It's so flavorful, it just fell apart. I couldn't believe it.
My bestie's coming over, and you know, when you have company, the last thing you want to do is be stuck in the kitchen while you should be spending precious hours with those people or that person. This is something that we can use several different ways. One pot, super easy, and so here we go. This is a chuck roast. This is grass-fed. The first thing I did was I took it out of the fridge and let it sit for 30 minutes so that it can come to room temperature, and this really does help to tenderize the beef, especially when it's grass finished, which is the only beef that I have in my home. I'm using Baja salt. Love the salt for the flavor, and it is full of those trace minerals that are so good for your body. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the minerals are the drivers for nutrients. If you're mineral deficient, then you have a hard time drawing the water into the cell, driving nutrients into the cells. So sea salt is the name of the game, no table salt in this house. Pepper. We really are after texture and flavor. So when we get that texture and that flavor right, we're happy. We're big garlic people. So I do some garlic powder, even though I'm gonna add more garlic. We do some garlic powder. We're gonna talk about the reasons why I make my choices in just a minute. I have used olive oil, tallow, butter. You can use the oil of choice, but we want this to be healthy. Healthy choices, no seed oils. I like tallow the best. So we're just gonna put some tallow in the pan. We're gonna get that good and hot, and that's the point of braising the beef so that it has that beautiful golden crust before we really do the next step. So you want your oil to be hot, and that makes a difference with what you choose because butter burns faster, and you don't want to burn off all the polyphenols on your olive oil, which is why I like tallow because it can handle the heat, much less sensitive. I'll wait a minute for the pan to get hot, and then I will drop in the beef, and after we drop it in, we will then season it on the other side. I want that sizzle. Yeah. Nice sizzle. And now we're gonna add the rest of our seasonings to the top. Whoops, a little bit much, but it's gonna be just fine. Garlic. The other thing with the Baja is, I think I might have already said this, but I'm going to say it again, is it has so much flavor, and it's very interesting how the different salts really do offer different flavor. Pepper. When you have the main thing that takes the longest to cook done. The last time that we had this for dinner, we had the roast and we served it with sauteed peppers and onions over a baked potato, super simple, and we had some broccoli on the side. It made so much that we could eat that again for leftover for lunch the next day. And then we had burrito bowls, top notch. You can serve it with some rice, make some enchiladas. This is what takes the longest. And so we have nice tender roast ready to go and out of the kitchen when your bestie comes. Let's see if it's nice and brown. Oh, that looks good. I'm gonna give it just another minute, and all of this goodness down here is gonna benefit us. I am not using a broth. I'm not using a beef broth. I'm not using chicken broth, no soups, no stuff that has ingredients that we don't want. We're creating our own, and it is going to have so much flavor because of how we started it, and that's where you're going to get the max flavor, so that this roast doesn't need anything while you're eating it, because it's going to have so much flavor all on its own, and it's going to just fall apart, which does have to do with the way that we're cooking it. Obviously, it does have a little bit to do with the quality of meat as well, but how we're cooking it, bonus. I will go ahead and flip it. searing all of that amazing goodness. And that's what I like to see, is the little bit of that golden brown. And while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna go ahead and get my oven ready. And I'm just gonna bake it on 275 for about 3 hours. I have cut up onion, and we're just going to toss that on top. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the stove top. I'm gonna flip it one more time, but in the meantime, I'm gonna put in my water. Try not to bloop yourself. No blooping. I just can't get a hold of it. I just cannot get a hold of it. There we go. We're gonna scrape the little crispies off the bottom. It's gonna give that such good flavor because those are your seasonings. I'll go ahead and flip this guy. Look at already juicy. I am putting fresh garlic up on top. We just think the more garlic, the better. Little piece I left out. Kind of spread the love around. Spread the love around. And I always check and see, because there's usually some garlic left up on the top. We don't want to waste any of that. Add a little bit more water. Put the lid on. Time to put it in the oven. That's it. No excuses for not eating healthy, and this is what can keep us from getting tripped up from eating out too often, is to have something ready to go. 275 for 3 hours, and it's gonna just fall apart. You'll see, it's just gonna fall apart and literally melt in your mouth, and it is so delicious. And I'll show you what we served it with. Okay.
What the heck?
Pork tender. Okay, you gotta blow it off. You're on camera. Candid camera.
He's been on candid camera
Going
all
back
day.
for more.
How's the flavor?
I think I need a bigger piece.
Oh, can I try?
No.
Hey, I transformed into a younger version.
Hot. Tender. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
Oh, oh, amazing. Oh my god,
Cool one.
that's so good.